everyone and welcome to my 8 to 10 week pregnancy update. The last 2 weeks have been a million times better. If you watched my last update, which was 6 to 8 weeks, I was so ill and it was just really, it was kind of depressing. I couldn't really eat. I basically couldn't really eat any dinner. It was in the evening time that I got really sick. So then I couldn't eat any dinner, I couldn't get anything done. So I was generally trying to work from home as much as I could. I'm an accountant in case you're wondering, so I can kind of do that some of the time. But then I was just losing my evenings because I was fit for nothing and feeling awful. But in kind of the 9th week, I would say, the start of 9 weeks, I definitely got a million times better and now I can eat my dinner without any problems. Obviously, I can't overload myself or else then I do feel sick. I can eat a proper meal but not like a huge meal. So if I get like a takeaway where you basically get 2 people's portions, then that's going to be too much. But so other things I've noticed these past kind of 8, 9 and 10th week, because I've now just started my 11th week of pregnancy, which is kind of amazing because it felt like it was going so slowly when I wasn't feeling well, but the last few weeks have gone pretty quickly. And the thought that I had my 12-week scan in just over a week's time is really exciting. But yeah, so kind of into the 9th to 10th week, I started to feel a million times better. And other things I've noticed are that I'm starting to show a little bit, which is a little bit awkward given that I obviously can't really tell my work or anything yet. So I'll show you a bump at the end of this. It's definitely just kind of come from nowhere this past kind of week and a half, 2 weeks or so. I didn't show you a bump at the last update because there was nothing to show at all, but I definitely feel like something is there, so I'm definitely going to have to be more careful with how I dress for work until I can tell people after I've had my scan. Other things I've noticed then are that it is starting to have difficulty sleeping. So I'm starting to have to get up to the toilet more in the night, and I usually, when I'm not pregnant, I don't get up at all, ever, unless I guess I've drank a huge drink just before going to bed. But yeah, I generally don't get up in the night. But the past week or so, I've been getting up most nights at least once, maybe twice. Which is not a good start because I remember from my last pregnancy when it got towards the end of my 3rd trimester, I was generally getting up 5 or 6 times a night and that was awful. So that's disturbing my sleep, but also just feeling that little bit uncomfortable. I usually sleep on my back. I always sleep on my back. I barely move when I'm sleeping. And I have been sleeping on my back for the 1st trimester, but I'm starting to get to that stage where that's feeling uncomfortable and I feel a little bit, I don't know, pressure on something, so it just feels a little bit uncomfortable. So I've started sort of on half on my side, half on my back, and that seems to be okay. Another thing I've noticed, obviously my sickness is gone and my appetite's come back, but I have a really sweet tooth and I have to be really careful with it because I could easily eat a whole bar of chocolate in one sitting. I always enjoy chocolate, so don't get me wrong, I do have a sweet tooth anyway, but I definitely feel like it's more sweet, and even in the mornings I'm craving things like orange juice. So I've been buying the fresh, organic, pure orange juice, which is obviously better than others, but it's still full of fructose, so it's still really high in sugar, but I do think maybe I need the vitamin C. But yeah, I'm definitely craving sweeter things. So I'm trying to manage that by having healthier versions of sweeter things. So having Greek yogurt and a little bit of granola, plenty of berries, and then maybe a tiny bit of honey just to satisfy that sweet tooth. I'm trying to have a little bit more fruit when I want something sweet rather than just heading to the treat jar. But I must admit that I have been raiding Elena, who's my toddler. I've been raiding her sweet jar, and she's got all the mini things, the little tiny boxes of Smarties and little mini fudges and things, and I have been eating them, and that's not like me. I don't usually raid her treats. So yeah, definitely got a sweet tooth. In terms of other cravings, orange juice has probably been the main one, and I think I mentioned in my last update, but I've gone completely off tea. And being a Brit, English breakfast tea was something that I probably drank 4 or 5 cups a day of, and I've gone to none. I actually had to chuck out, I had to bin a lot of unsweetened almond milk. I was really distressed about it. I drink almond milk in my tea, put it in my porridge and things, but because I haven't been drinking nearly as much tea, I actually had to pour some almond milk down the drain, like 2 full cartons that hadn't even been opened because they were already at their use by date and I hadn't even opened them, so that was really quite sad. So I'm definitely off tea, and I've not been drinking any coffee either, so don't know why, but just have no desire to have tea or coffee, which I suppose is not the worst thing to go off in the world. I also went off bananas for a little while, and I definitely remember that from my first pregnancy, but I seem to be enjoying them again now, just cutting up like half a banana in a fruit salad. I'm quite enjoying that now, but I did go through like I think that's probably like maybe toward the beginning of the 8th week where I just couldn't look at bananas, but thankfully that's passed as well. I spoke about tiredness and motivation in my last update, and that's definitely still an issue for me. I'm definitely still tired, although I've been sleeping a lot more because my toddler has definitely regressed. Like, she usually sleeps in her bed the whole way through the night, but I don't know if it's a thing about the new baby coming or if it's just a coincidence, but since we basically told her she was going to be a big sister, she keeps waking up in the night. She wants to come into mummy and daddy's bed. She's very hangy with me, and she like practically hangs off my leg wherever I'm going. She always wants to be beside me. Getting her to go and play in our playroom so I could get some peace to do this was quite a challenge just then. Yeah, she doesn't want anyone else, just wants mummy. So that, although that's nice, that's very stressful for me because I can't get anything done. And because she keeps waking up in the night and coming into our bed as well, like sometimes it's actually quite early and I've not even gone to bed yet. And you know, I come upstairs and she's shouting, "Mummy, mummy, where are you? Mummy, mummy, you left me. Mummy, you went away," because I've obviously left the room when she's fallen asleep. Then I need to go back up and basically get into bed with her and settle her down again. So I'm not getting anything done very much in the evenings because that's happening quite a lot lately. She's also got croup, so she's not feeling very well, so that's another reason. But yeah, I don't think that could have been her excuse for like the last 4 weeks or something that it's been happening. So yeah, that also isn't helping my sleeping, obviously, but it's very different being pregnant the second time around, having a toddler. I definitely don't have the same freedoms that I did have before. Yeah, she's obviously wants my attention, which I'm happy to give her, but obviously I do need to do things like cooking and cleaning, and that's not so easy with a toddler hanging off your leg. Other things I've noticed symptom-wise this past few weeks has been my skin has been so dry, and it is winter here in the UK, so I think it's possibly partly to do with that, but it's never usually this bad, and it's literally tight and uncomfortable feeling, so I need to pack on the night cream at night, and my lips have been the worst. My lips always get dry in the winter, but they have been so flaky and literally like parched. And I think probably that also goes hand in hand with the fact that I've been really thirsty and I've been drinking a lot more water. So I think just my body just needs the hydration at the moment. So definitely the baby must be taking all of the water because my skin is completely parched. On the flip side though, my nails have been growing so quickly. Like, I usually keep my nails really short because I'm dealing with a toddler. I'm changing her nappy, although actually we're potty training just now, so she's not really in nappies, but generally when you're doing things like that, you don't want to have long nails because it's so easy to scratch them and catch them, and obviously you don't want to be doing that. But they have been literally, like, I cut them, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago, I don't know, but I cut them, like, when I cut them right down, like, so there's just a little maybe millimetre or 2 of white, and these are growing so quickly, and they're pretty strong too until they get quite long and then they start to tear or break. But I've definitely noticed my nails are growing and my hair is growing too, which means that I need to go to the hairdressers because my roots are coming in faster than usual, so that's going to be more expensive. So yeah, so my hair's growing, my nails are growing, but my skin's getting dry. So in terms of like movements and stuff, I think I said in my last update that I could feel like my uterus expanding and that kind of tight, uncomfortable stretching feeling. That's gone now. I haven't felt anything in the kind of 8 to 10 week period, but I have felt just the odd kind of random flutter, which I think is something to do with the pregnancy. I'm pretty sure it's not like gas or anything like that. You can kind of tell the difference. But I'm kind of in this limbo period where you don't have any obvious baby movement feeling, and therefore you're just kind of hoping that everything's okay. I'm really looking forward to my scan, which is just over. It's like a week and a half away. Really looking forward to that now, because I'm getting to the stage where like I just really want to know that everything's okay and everything's progressing and things. We do need to get up the loft and start looking to see what we have from Elena, like her crib and like her little crib that goes by the bedside. It's a snooze pod that we used for her, and all of these kind of things. We need to go up and pull all of these things down, and they're all really well wrapped up the loft, so they should all be absolutely fine. But I do want to kind of get up the loft and do that before I get too big, and I don't really want to be up the loft when I'm really pregnant. But I also don't want to do anything until I know everything's okay with my scan. So that is the plan. So I think according to the Baby Centre app, the baby is now the size of a fig, which is actually, I don't know, about that size maybe, which is a kind of a decent size. So they're growing really quickly. So we're getting to exciting times. I can't believe that my next update will be the 10 to 12 week update, and I will know by then. I will have had my scan and I'll know hopefully that everything is progressing as it should do. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to join the My Fashion Cupboard Baby family, and we will see you in the next video. Bye!